So when I say holistic goal setting, that means you look at your relationship, your spiritual life, your physical, you look at your finances, your business, So when you're thinking about goals, it's not just what I want to do or what I want to accomplish, but it's how do I want to enjoy my life? How do I want to live? Like, how do I want to experience life? How do I want to live in the flow and everything is smooth, or do I want to just get things done? So holistic goal setting is like, how can I get things done, but don't let those things do me? How can I accomplish without being overburdened? So that's holistic goal setting. It's both integrating business with mindfulness. It's about the business of yourself and actually your business. So holistic goal setting is about growing the business of yourself as you grow the business that you build. So you integrate both your business and you. So when you're thinking about goals, don't just share to accomplish. You gotta create goals to grow. So you gotta also create goals to grow. You don't just create goals to accomplish. Hey, Bina, you don't want to just create goals to accomplish. You want to actually create goals to grow. Those are actually what's going to help you accomplish. The growth goals is more important than the any other goals. Why? Because that's going to help you do every other goal. Think about it. If you're really, really stressed, it'd be best if you could handle the stress. Now you're able to focus on your task. But let's say you say, I need to focus on my task, and you don't deal with the stress, then it's hard to focus on your task. If you're really tired all the time or lethargic, and you're like, yo, I'm really tired all the time, but you're trying to get this thing done. If you find a way to deal with your fatigue, then now you can get more things done. So mindfulness and accomplishment goes hand in hand. And what is mindfulness? To be mindful, to be present, to know how to create your life, to be the master of your life, to say, this is how I want to be right now, and be able to think it into existence. That's what mindfulness is about. How do you want to experience your life? Like, how do you want your energies to be? Do you want them to be still? Do you want them to flow? Do you want them to be at peace, at ease? Or do you want to be like, do you want it to feel like butterflies or bees? Like, do you want to be at ease? Or do you want it to feel like butterflies and bees? What does that mean? Like, do you want to just sit and you just like, yo, I'm enjoying everything right now. Yo, I'm enjoying a cup of tea. You get what I'm saying? Shoot, it just got me to think about my turmeric and ginger tea. Look at that though. It's very yellow. Turmeric and ginger, baby. So you're like, yo, how do I want to live my life, bro? Do I want to live my life in peace, or do I want to live my life in chaos? Oh, that was spicy. Let me stick another one. I like it spicy. Okay, so how do you want to live it? Do you want to live your life in peace? Do you want to cultivate joy? Or do you want to stay in sadness? Do you want to cultivate expansion? Or do you want to keep decreasing your light? Do you want to share what you got? Or are you going to keep hiding it? Like, are you going to start bringing your ideas out here? Or are you going to contain your light? But it starts with like, yo, I got to set some goals. Like, think about goals. Why do you set goals? When you set goals, you're sending a signal out, an energy to the field of possibilities, and you're starting the manifestation process. Every time that you write down your goal, you're starting the manifestation process. So what that means is every time that you literally write down your goal, you just started the process of getting that. They did a study. 95% of the participants in high school who wrote down their goals they was just living from paycheck to paycheck. 5% who wrote their goals, they actually became multimillionaires. It was because they had an intention. They had something they want to do. Like if a kid says, I want to do this when I grow up, I want to be on TV, and they keep saying that, they write that down, there's a chance they're going to make it happen. So it's the same thing. If you want to be at peace, you got to put that goal down. So, but you have to have it smart. You got to detail it out. So you can't just say, yo, I want to be at peace. You got to say, I'm going to cultivate my peace each day by setting 20 minutes to sit still and meditate. Or I'm going to set 20 minutes each day to do Qigong. Or I'm going to set 20 minutes each day to journal. That could be something you put for the week, right? That's a goal you're setting for the week. You start with that. That's a holistic goal because that's going to help you cultivate your peace. Let's say you're trying to eat better. You can say, okay, I'm going to research 2 recipes that can add 1 recipe. And I'm going to do a new vegetarian or pescatarian or vegan recipe. Now I'm going to try this recipe and see if I like it. And if you like it, keep making it. Now you add that to your habits. Guess what? Boom. Now you learned something new. You just upgraded your holistic lifestyle. Next, you're like, all right, food. You're like, I want to start exercising. That's another holistic goals. You want to set that holistic goal of keeping a movement routine. Like, how does that look like? How does a movement routine look like for you? So you can actively go set with me as you watch this video, right? Go set with me. Bina, go set with me. Sister. So here's how it goes. You're like, all right, for my health goals, this is what I'm going to set. I want to move. How many times each day do you want to have a time for you to exercise and move? All right? And you're like, all right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this movement because it's like, for instance, Qigong solves a lot of the movement, but you could be like, I'm also going to go for a walk or a run or a jog. I'm going to do Afro dance class. I'm going YouTube, find me an Afro dance class. I'm just turn up, right? I'm just going to be resourceful. I'm going to find a local gym, see if they have like in-person classes. I could try some things out. I could even do in a free trials, just like try a whole bunch of different classes for free. And just, hey, this is just things we're going out. We're going to try classes. We're just going to try all types of fitness. There's all different fun ways you can move. So you could just set a goal that is fun, and you could set a cross goal that solves 2 purposes. A goal that's fun, but it still serves something to help you grow. For instance, going out is very fun. You could go out at the same time. You're like, yo, I'm going to go out. But what I'm going to do when I go out is going to be more of a healing tip. Like, I'm going to go and have networking with people who talk about deep stuff, like who could like really have a good vibe with. That's really good for your psyche. It's good for your mind. It helps you, right? So you're like, this is what I'm going to do. But what if that event also had something else that you can go and buy some stuff like holistic products? That's dope. You could go on Eventbrite right now and you could find holistic wellness events. You could go to pop-up market shops and just check it out. Like, just listen to the drums. It's very good to be around that energy. And you could buy some food. You could talk to people. They'll start to teach you the game. Like, yo, this is why you should buy. This is what this is good for. People at wellness shops, holistic marketplaces, or just like what they call them again. Forgot the name. Just like outdoor shops, farmers markets. They have information about things. So you can just kind of like talk to people, right? So there's different things you could do. So a fun way is doing a fun activity that gets you moving. Exercise, boom. You're like, finances. I'm trying to fix up my finances. This is how simple it is to start to fix your finances. First of all, there's something called audiobooks. The secrets are in the audiobooks. Okay, I'm going to tell you all the secrets. And if you want to repair your credit, there's a book called Repair Your Credit Like the Pros Do. There's a couple ways you can do things. You can do the work of getting the information, spending maybe 6 to 8 hours listening. You get the information. You get it. Or you could pay somebody who've done the work to shorten the gap. You could do a course on it. You could ask somebody. You could pick around. You could shorten the learning curve based on what you want. You could either do it with money, with sweat equity, or just asking. Those who ask often get. You might just want to ask somebody. Somebody next to you might know about it. So you're like, I want to help my credit. Boom. Fix your credit like the pros do. That's the book you can listen to. Boom. No, you got that said. You say, okay, I want to do something on real estate. There's plenty of stuff you could consume. It takes a while. Or you could just take a course on it. You can start learning about it. Budgeting, right? Mint.com. You go to mint.com, right? So remember it said repair your credit like the pros do? Mint.com is for your budgeting and finances. Let's say you want to track how much money you're spending. So when you are going out to these events, you're like, yo, I want to know where I'm spending my money. I want to have a budget. You're like, okay, I need to find a budgeting tool. A better goal is not to, I need a budget, is like, how can I budget? So the goals that start with the end point being the how are more effective. Here's what I mean. If your goal is to exercise initially, you want to ask yourself, how can I exercise, and set the goal from the how. Here's what I mean by that. Tap in. If your goal is to exercise, yes, you know that. But how can I exercise puts it specific. So what that means is you know exactly the avenue you're going to use. So you're like, this is the avenue of achieving the goal. So you make the avenue the goal. So let's say your initial goal is to lose weight. You ask yourself, how can I lose weight? And instead of saying my goal is to lose weight, you scratch that, you find the how can I lose weight, you make that the goal. So if going to the gym is how you can lose weight, then you say, my goal is to go to the gym. You just go straight to the how. It's more effective that way. Okay. Improve my finances. You say, my goal is to improve my finances. That's really broad. So now if you ask the question, how can I improve my finances? And you're like, okay, I can get a side hustle with Uber. I could do Postmates. I can start to do coupons or something. Whatever you think of. I can start to invest in Forex or in the stock market. I can start an Instagram page and sell products. I can sell shirts because I'm really good at that. I can make posters and sell them. I can make necklaces. I can offer healing services. I can do breath work. I can do virtual classes. Boom. You see, that's a bunch of hows. You can list all the hows and then set goals for the ones that you pick that is top priority, the 20%. 20% of the things that you come up with will yield 80% of the results. So you want to start from the 20%. So you pick your top, let's say you have like a list of 5. 20% of that would be 1. So if you have 15, 20% of that would be 3. So out of 15, how you can make money, you don't want to pick 15 ways of making money. That's too many goals. That's just like, you're overwhelmed. So you pick 3 out of 15. That's going to be your top. You don't throw away the rest. You just find a way to synchronize, pick some. Later on, you tap into it later. You feel what I'm saying? And then you're like, I'm going to top 3, boom, boom. And then you say, this is the how. You pick these avenues, you set them as goals. You could have micro goals under these avenues. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, you want to now, okay, I can make money by selling necklaces on Instagram. Okay, how can I do that? Okay, so now my goal is to sell necklaces on Instagram by launching my shop on May 5th, 2021. Boom. That's your goal. And then now you need micro goals by doing A, B, C. Now you see, now you have more goals now. It's becoming like sections. So first, you can start with, my goal is to start my page on Instagram by May. That's a long-term goal. That's a 3 months goal. Let's say, what's today? February, March, April, May. By May 22, 2021. That's a 3-month goal. So now you're going to say, how can I get closer to this goal this week? Being I gotcha. It's going to be in the tribe page. You're like, how can I get closer? You know how Drake says, I'm getting closer, closer to my dreams. What does that mean? Every day you take a step so you can get closer to your dreams. And you got to ask yourself, what can I do right now with what I currently have? What do you have right now that's the most effective tool? Your phone. So you got a phone. Congratulations. You have a computer in your hand. So this is why a phone is effective. You have a marketing tool, all right? You have everything you need is in your phone. Communication, marketing, relationship. You have real estate on your phone. Okay. You don't need shops anymore. You got Zoom. Let me tap in some more. Real estate is a room that you can get people in so you can do what you do. Okay? When you have a event space, you have a space where you can do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. But now everything is digital, so online is your event space. Unless it's a service that you have to do physically, right? But if it's something you're teaching or showing or demonstrating, you just need Zoom or any live streaming platforms. So you could think of this: how, who, what, when, where, and how. Who do I need? Was this a 5 P's of marketing? Who do I need to serve? Who do I need to serve? With what? What product I have? So you're thinking it like that. Who, what, when, and how. Who am I serving? Who is this benefiting? What am I offering? When I will begin to offer this, how I will start to launch and begin offering this. Who, what, when, and why, how. And then next you ask yourself, why am I doing it? You see? And then every day you start to plug these things in. You got to start to learn. Okay, so that's a good structure of just any goal. Any goal you want to do, that's a good structure. All right? Who, what, when, and how. Who are you serving? Who are you doing it for? What are you doing? What is the process of doing it? What do you need to do it? How are you doing it? How is the process like? What's your secret sauce? The how. Like, for instance, if your goal is, I'm trying to launch this, how are you going to do it? You got to think of the how. Who, what, when, where, and how. So we're talking about setting holistic goals. So now you set the goals to grow, and then that will help you grow what you want. Set the goals to grow, and you're going to grow to the goals that you want to achieve. If you grow, you're going to achieve what you want. The secret is growing. And you're like, what do I mean by that? The tree bears fruit because it grows. What if the tree starts to not grow anymore? There's cold winter. When we have the winter of our lives, when things get tough, sometimes our leaves start to get messed up. And what happens is it stunts our growth and we don't bear fruit. So we have to be in the sunlight so we can bear more fruit. And to do that, we have to be healing. And the way we heal is to be in the sun. To be in the sun is to be conscious. That's mindfulness. To be the sun. Not only are you in the sun, but you become a sun. You become the light, right? You start to radiate your aura. The color ranges from black to white. So there are millions of shades in between. So now you start to radiate more. The more you heal, the more you grow, the more you radiate, the more you can attract, the more abundance comes into your life, the better your manifestation power. Now you can grow to your goal. So not only now you set a goal and all of a sudden things just start working for you and you're just like, yo, how is this happening? Because you start to grow to the goal. You've enhanced your being, so now you are attracting things. You're thinking a certain way, so you're yielding a certain result. So it really starts with the holistic lifestyle. What you put into your mind is what's going to go out. What you write down is what's going to manifest. And if you want to manifest something different, you got to think differently. You got to start to do like Apple. Think differently. Be more creative. Be more zen. So think about Apple minimalism. He actually got that from Japan. Like, yo, Steve Jobs is more on the mindfulness tip. That's holistic goal setting. He understood how to integrate both the mindfulness and business. And if you can do that, you're going to become very abundant. Now, the tactics he used may have not been holistic. However, the basis of the whole company starts with minimalism, letting go of what you thought would make everything great and making it simple. Make it simple. They want to make things easy. Just like you build your business, you want to make it easy for you. How do you make it easy? You got to take it easy to make it easy. You got to take it easy to make it easy. And what I mean by that is when you get your energy settled, and when you're able to do the qigong, do the chi cups, and you're relaxing and you're exercising and you have healthy relationships and you're doing things that serve you, you're benefiting your being. Now you're able to manifest better. You're able to focus, you're able to tend to what you want to do, and you're able to achieve these things rather than just not doing these things. You get what I'm saying? So now you get to grow. So the more I grew, the better I got, the more I can serve, the more I know my why, the more I figure out the how, the more clarity I have, the more I know how to do things. And that's what elevates my being. You get what I'm saying? The better I am, the more I have to give. The more I have to give, the more the law of reciprocity then says I will get. The more I get, the more I have to give. And then that's what abundance is. You fuel yourself up so you have things to give. Abundance is taking in knowledge and being able to turn the tools of knowledge into applied things, new things. You like, yo, I just created this new amazing creation now in the world. I created a new business. I created myself. Like I created art. I created music. I created this. You are a creator, but it starts with cultivation. You got to plant the seeds to reap the abundance of the tree. You got to plant the seed to reap the abundance of the tree. What does that mean? You got to cultivate yourself to reap the abundance that you are. Self-cultivation brings abundance. A lot of times we think we have to do something to get something, but we have to be a more creative being to create what we want. I had it backwards for a while. I was forcefully acting, but I forgot to create my being. I was just like being stressed and just like trying to really serve, but I wasn't being able to serve because I was too stressed. So I was working out a lot, but I wasn't working in enough. So I was like, yo, let's go, let's turn up, work, but I wasn't working in. I wasn't dealing with my internal conflicts, with my traumas, with anxiety, with other things. But then when I started to do stuff, I started to elevate my being. I started to be able to be more expressive. There was a time when you didn't know anything that I thought about. But now I share more because I'm more open. Why? Because I got more free. I discovered who I am. I created some things about myself as well. You are a creator. You create your life. You start to do things and you get enthused by doing them. You get excited. You're like, I want to do this. So you set goals, you start to achieve them. Holistic goal setting is about seeing who you could be. You cultivate yourself by planting seeds. Who you can be says, man, if I could be this, I got to invest in my mind. Everybody that you see who has a great business, they've been listening to personal development tapes. This has been from like 19 something, y'all. Now it's being broadcasted on live videos all over, but before you had to find like those tapes and listen to them. That's how these people were building like these McDonald's. They was learning the internal work, and that's how they really built these things. Steve Jobs was learning from the Eastern philosophy. To be honest, if Steve Jobs was alive and he met me in Silicon Valley, he'd probably want to hang out with me and learn Qigong, because he'd be like, yo, this is dope. He probably want to learn about that because he want to be able to integrate that in his culture. Why? Because he learned that Eastern philosophy, yo, this stuff works, yo. So he's like, yo, let me take that. He really cultivated some stuff. So all these people that you think like, yo, they really cultivated themselves, yo. These people pay people like $100,000, $1 million just to coach them. Like these people who are. So by that, I mean, they're not just like, yo, playing the game blindfolded. They're learning, they're growing. CEOs read like a book a month, like 12 books, like 6 to 12 books a year, bro. Why are they reading all these books? Because they want to know how to have an edge. They want to know how to grow. They're investing in themselves. So if you want to stop working for somebody, start working for yourself. If you want to grow, if you want to do the things you want to do, yo, you kind of have to start with cultivating you. Because the secret is, usually you'd have to go find these things and pay for them. Now it's just everywhere. But those who have ears, let them hear. Some people will hear it, but they don't hear it. So you got to become a listener. So when you listen, you're like, yo, there's a different form of listen. There's hearing and there's listening and there's resignation. Not everything you hear you must listen to. Some things you must hear and just let them fly away. Because a lot of things are against you. There are swords that are out for your neck. Words. But there are swords that are defense. But those swords resonate with your spirit. You feel like you feel something about them, right? But some words are just like, yo, it's dope the way you're saying it, but I don't kind of feel what you're saying. You ever feel like I see the reasoning, but I don't feel it? So you have to have discernment, everybody. You elevate your being to being able to have that. That's how you grow, y'all. That's the secret. The secret is you must learn from everything, everyone. Everyone is either their life teaches you what to do or not to do, or their messages tell you how to live better, how to be a human being, how to be better, how to navigate. Everything teaches you. When you start learning, when you cultivate, now you got to know the seasons. There's something called the seasons of life. So there's a season for everything. They kind of match with the seasons. You got to know your personal seasons, but you also have to know the seasons of life. If you look at the year, it's sectioned into quarters. 4 quarters, there's like 4 seasons, right? So now you're like, okay, when we're going to wintertime, things are tough. Wintertime tends to be tough, and we all have the winters of our lives. For us, we have specific times that was bad in the past that are winter times. But for some reason, during winter time, we all tend to go through the same kind of winters, you know? But then you got spring. Spring, things start to like elevate a little bit. You're like, yo, it's spring, y'all, let's go, bro. Let's turn up. Springtime, you got the dress, you got the cute dress, and we're in the floor, the boy fit. You're like, yo, we turning up. Where's the mimosas? You feel me? Have some mimosas, unlimited. Take my money now. Take my money. Okay. Calm down. Zen again. Okay. Jokes. All right. Just a jokey joke. So you're like, bro, it's springtime. Spring, you start to turn up. So now you got to know this is where I can elevate my being some more. You got to take advantage of the seasons. Even winter is a good time for cultivation. Winter is the best time because that's when you're in the house. Now you could reflect because it's like the end, or it's a tough time, so you could like reflect, journal, breathe, do some qigong, meditate. You know what I'm saying? Winter time, in real winter, and in the sadness of your life, you can always, you want to breathe. You want to do the breaststroke movement like this. This is called the lung swim, which is really good for your lungs. So in qigong, we learn which organs deal with which emotion. So during the winter season of your life, different parts of your body is gonna hurt, and you're gonna feel constraint in different parts of your body. I'm gonna give you a little overview of what that's gonna be. So a lot of it's gonna happen in your pectoral muscles here, right here, in your chest. You know, like when you feel like you're carrying the weight of the shoulders, the weight of the world on your chest and in your shoulders. Literally, you are literally carrying so much baggage right here, yo. Let me explain how. So your pectorals, this is the muscle that's covering the heart here, right? And then right there, you have 3 chambers of the lung on the right side, 2 chambers on the left, the heart right here. So heart and the lungs. The lungs are affected by grief. The heart is affected by sadness. The pectoral is affected when your angry gets tight. The shoulders has to do with anxiety and anger. So if you're tied up, your chest is out, and then you're grieving, so your lungs, you breathe more shallow. Sadness causes the heart to be more damp, so now you start to cave in. It's like everything is caving in on you. So now you're like, yo, you're feeling down. There was a moment where my grandmother passed away, and I was doing the podcast, but I was just like this. My posture was like really messed up. So I was like, I just couldn't keep my head up. I was trying to, but sometimes, you just gotta grieve, like just let it be, right? But I thought about it from time to time. I kept straightening myself up, but I found myself going back down. But you can't be hard on yourself at times, right? Knowing is not the only thing to just know. It must apply, but sometimes you must just take it, right? And what I mean by that is sometimes you just gotta be what it is. Sometimes you are crunched up, but then you go out and you do something, right? So you go out and you do something about what you're going through. So now, and you start to do some breathing exercises. You start to do some movement. You start to do some journaling. You have conversations that start helping you heal. And then now your chest you have to get the tension out of your body, literally. And you got to set holistic goals to do that. But you also have to know about it. So the goal to educate yourself gets you to know, then you can apply it. But if you don't know, then you can't apply what you don't know. So let's say you don't know that your lungs are affected by grief. You don't know your heart is affected by sadness, and you don't know your pectorals hold anger, and you don't know your shoulders hold that. You don't know your spleen is affected by worry, your liver affected by anger, your lower back affected by fear, and your kidneys affected by fear. If you're not conscious of that, then it's hard to take care of business because your body is hurting. Now you can't take care of yourself, so now it's hard to take care of business. The business of your kids, the business of your family, the business of your school, your relationships, your actual business, the business of you. So we have to learn so we can apply. We must learn so we can cultivate. And now we must set the goals so we can start to work. All right, I need to plow the field. Plow the field, guys. Hey, we're going to plow the field today. Hey, got the whole fedora. So, hey, everybody, we're going to cloud the field, y'all. All right, y'all, we're going to cloud. All right, let me stop playing around. All right, I'm part comedian, too. So, okay. All right, so we're going to plow the field. So that means preparation, plowing the field. That's what it means. I'm just jokey joke. So you're like, yo, I need to get ready so I could put the crop. So what do I need to structure? Sometimes we have to get rid of stuff, unclutter ourselves before we can start to do new things. So whatever goals you're gonna set, a lot of times you gotta do some cleanup. Physical cleanup, you gotta clean up your space. Mental cleanup, you gotta clean up your mind. Sometimes you gotta take a shower, clean your aura with a shower. Sometimes you gotta clean your head by having some conversations. Sometimes you gotta clean your body out of toxins by detoxing and breathing and doing qigong, yo. So you gotta do the cleaning. You cultivate, you prepare, you set some goals. That's preparation. And then now you plant the seeds. That's your daily actions. You build habits by planting a seed each day. You plant different seeds. First, a seed, you plant seeds, but you also got to, here's the thing. You plant seeds, you got to fuel the soil, and then you got to take out the weeds. Write this one down. So planting is what you're putting down to grow. Feeding the soil is how you're taking care of you, your mind, your body, your spirit, how you're moving, what you're eating. That's how you're feeding. You're putting compost in the soil of your mind. You're fueling it. And then the last one is the weeds. Weeds of negative thought, y'all. Weeds of negative people. OPT. Other people's thinking. We got to get rid of these things. So we got. What do I need to fuel myself daily? What do I need to stop doing to stop draining myself? What do I need to start doing to grow my garden? What do I need to stop doing to stop draining me? What do I need to start doing to start growing my garden with more fruits? And what do I need to continue to do every day to keep my garden growing? Habits and rituals keeps your garden going. So I need to water this. How do you water your business? I need to create content. All right. So if you're a business owner, you're like, how do I, even if your business didn't start, you got to start telling your brand story. And somebody said, I don't even have a business. You are the business. Even if you want to have jobs, I'm going to tell you this. If you're not creating content, they're not going to know who you are, because guess what? You remember when they said you need to go to a job interview? Nowadays, you're not going to go to job interviews in person anymore. They're going to be virtual. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to do the pre-screening is going to be just your social media. So you can start branding yourself before you even brand a business. So you got to create content. And you can create posts, flyers, just share what's in your mind, things you're doing for your lifestyle, goals, or like brand story, your story. You could share things you learn. You could share like happy moments on your social. Don't just let it sit there. You build your brand online so you can have influence. So now somebody can reach out to you for the job, for the opportunity. Or if you build your business, you start to communicate about how you're helping people. And you communicate who you are, right? You got to share your story. That's the only way people are going to know who you are. So you're not just building the garden, but you also got to be the farmer outside by the garden after you cultivated the fruits, selling the fruits. I got oranges for sale. I got oranges for sale. I got orange. Okay, chill out. But, you know, back then in Florida, we used to have oranges in the backyard, man. I got coconuts, though. So we got coconuts, we got tea leaves. Yo, I'm about to start selling some tea leaves, actually. I'm about to, y'all let me know. I'm about to send out free tea leaves to the tribe. You just gotta, I'm gonna hook y'all up, right? So you cultivate your garden. Now you can sell stuff, but you gotta go to outside your farmers, or go to the farmer's market and sell you. And how you sell you is not only by setting up a booth and saying, here's what I have to offer, but by having conversations with people. Selling you is, yo, what's your name? Like DMing somebody. This is called the DM strategy. When you just talk to people and you slide in the DMs for a connection. Like, yo, I like what you post, yo. You are dope. With good intentions of just connecting, relationship building. You feel me? You build that relationship with people. So it's like going to the farmer's market for real. You just talk to people. And then you look, yo, you know, I also have apples for sale. They're like, apples? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. They buy your apples now. And apples can be whatever you serve, your product, right? Having conversations are good for your business, you, and whatever business you're running. But the next thing is setting a booth. And this is when you offer, when you verbally say, look, this is what I'm selling. Do you want to buy some of this? This is when you have an Instagram profile, a Shopify store that says, yo, this is what I'm selling right now. Do you want to buy some of this? People buy it because you say, this is what I'm offering. So there's multiple ways to sell yourself and your business by just sharing you. You go to the farmer's market after cultivating your garden, getting the crops, building a system of how to package them up, then you deliver them as you, your personality, and as the product. So when you serve, you got to serve both the cultivation of yourself and what you've cultivated. So, okay, let's say I learned a lot of good things and I wanted to share them with you, but I didn't build the character or the words or the way to communicate with you honestly to serve you. It wouldn't really work. Like, I would just know stuff, but I would not be able to communicate it because I didn't take the first step. I didn't set the goals to learn, study, learn every day. I cultivated myself to doing this. Like, I'm not special, y'all. I didn't speak till I was like 3 years old. It's beautiful that I speak now eloquently because I didn't speak till I was 3. In fact, I was slow to learn. But now I speak and I teach. Won't he do it? Come on now. That's a testimony, y'all. So what I mean by that is like, yo, I was the quietest kid ever, bro. Nonchalant dude. Now I express myself because all I did was I cultivated me, bro. I went in the lab, I studied, I listened, I learned, I followed people, I took classes, I was willing to sacrifice so I can learn. Then I learned Qigong for like 3 years. It took time, it took mastery, it took showing up for hours and putting up a lot of sweat equity to learn this. It took failure, it took blood, sweat, tears, but it was worth it. But when you cultivate yourself, not only do you become better, you can serve better things. The better you are as a bartender, the more customers you're gonna have, right? And that's just a random thing. You gotta study it too. So guess what? You gotta study it. But then you become better too. You get a skill with whatever you're serving. So the more you cultivate you, the better you're gonna be able to do everything. I thought it was, oh, this is what I have to give, but it's who are you? Healing is the most important thing you can do right now if you want to launch a business or get a better job or impact more people or transform your relationship. It'll change your life because it's hard to manifest in clouds. You need the light for manifestation. You need light. Darkness hinders your manifestation. Energy that deprives your energy belows, that depletes you, like guilt, shame, blame, fear. These things keep you in low energy states. It's hard to manifest. But when you are in elevated states of being, you're like gratitude, joy, happiness, elevated state of emotions, you're like, let's go, y'all. Like, yo, let's go. We got this. You're like, let's grow, baby. Come on. You feel good. You get what I'm saying? Like, you want to be in that elevated emotional state every single day. So now you're like, bro, come on, bro. Okay, so let me give you a little secret how you can elevate you know how you be seeing them, they're like, yeah, we're about to do this. This is how you energize yourself, literally. If you just do this, you're like, let's go. I'm getting ready. The nerve ends at the end of your palm. It's going to wake your body up. And you could also use this energy for something else. But guess what you're doing now? You're like, let's go. You're elevating yourself. Your energy state is getting higher. So you imagine if you did that every day. You listen to something inspiring. I'm telling y'all, the secret is in listening, bro. I listen to motivational messages almost all day, y'all, or books, or like I put out a lot. I listen to myself sometimes. It's pretty dope, but I can't do it all the time because it's just my voice in my head. So it's kind of weird, but I still like it because it's okay. Anyways, I listen to other people, right? Because I like to stay pumped up. So I listen to people that empower me. I listen to books. I listen to other things, and I just keep empowering. And I listen to my own stuff as well. But you can tap into my podcast, yo, edtalksdaily.com, y'all. Somebody comment that down. So somebody quoted that again. It's hard to manifest when you're in the clouds. You gotta see this. You gotta have sunlight, right? You gotta have the sun. In the storms, there's no clarity for you to be able, like, okay, there was the lesser light was to rule the night, and the brighter light is to rule the day. So rest at night, create at the day. During the night season of your life, you gotta rest, you got to review, you gotta empower, you gotta see yourself, you gotta cultivate. The winter season, spring season, the sunlight, you're like, yo, I'm about to get this sundress on, y'all, because, that sundress, it make my booty pop. I know y'all ladies be saying that, y'all be looking fine, though. I ain't gonna lie. And then there's some guys be like, yo, I'm about to do the whole Haitian poppy boy, right? Chest open. Just joking. Just a jokey joke. So they're just saying that, yo, I'm just gonna enjoy spring, bro. Come on, it's springtime. Let's turn up. Like, come on. So that's when you manifest. So for real, is when you in the light. To get in the light, you gotta empower yourself. So let's say you're going through some dark times. How do you start to get yourself enlightened? Well, listen, just tapping into this, bro. Okay, I said bro a lot today, but okay. Just tapping into this episode, you're able to have a conversation that sets you in like, yo, let's grow. What can you do? Move, breathe and move. Taking deep breaths. Take breaks at the top of the hour, 15-minute breaks. Work in 20-minute intervals with 5-minute breaks if you like. Just breathing breaks. Breathe throughout the whole day. Focus on what you're doing and only on what you're doing. It's proven that you can get in the flow state if you have focus and breath, and your only intention, you focus on one task and you're breathing with it, you're going to be in the flow state. Now you will achieve more and you feel really good. It's like you're doing something, you're going to lose space and time. You have now just entered the space of meditation, the meditation zone, because you're just in the flow. That's what they call being in the flow, just by doing that. But if you took times to do breaks or massage yourself, Okay. All right. Those are all Reels content. I'm about to drop some Reels on y'all. Okay. So how do you do the self-massage, y'all? You make little hammers with your hands, just like this. Make some little hammers. Start with the back of your neck. Massage the back of your neck throughout the day. Yo, that's pretty simple, right? Yo, let's do that right now, y'all. I'm giving y'all the special. Trust me, I got somewhere to be right now, but I'm hanging out with y'all. Come on. I appreciate y'all. Y'all text me, though, if y'all want to get reminders for these. So you just did that. Now, you going to massage down the cranial. Massage that. You could scrape the side of your head. See that? You put your hand on your temple. Put your hands together, pull them apart. You could do that. That feels really good. Okay. And you could rotate your temple. Do clockwise movement with your finger. That feels really good. Cerebrospinal fluid and the lymph nodes travel up. So when you're doing this, you could feel yourself release stagnation. You can massage your neck. What is this called? Go pluck yourself. So you're plucking your neck. Pluck. All right. I did not with the P. Okay. So you just along the side of your neck. You just do that. You do the other side. You just do that. This is part of your cultivation. You're like, yo, that's it. Like, bro, life can be as simple as doing the simple things every day. It's the simple things that count. If you listen to the cliches, you're going to find all the answers. It's the simple things that you do every day. It's what you do every day. It's the simple things that matter. You're like, yeah, I heard that already. But that's really what it is. Micro habits. So you're like, oh, that feel good. I feel good. My neck already feel good. You know what I'm saying? You could scrape your nose like this. A lot of other massages. I'm not going to go through all of them. Drum your lungs. Drum your lungs. Side to side. Qigong, side to side. And then you thump your thymus. Drum your kidneys in the back. So I have all these in videos. So y'all can tap into the class if you want to learn. Friday, Rising Prime, I teach all that. I teach the body drumming. We have conversations like this. We just share dope stuff, y'all. So that's pretty much the podcast for today. If you want to grow to another level, you got to cultivate your being, your peace. You got to start healing. But you got to invest in your mind. A lot. It's going to change your life. It changed my life. That's why I do what I do. I was inspired because of my transformation, so now I help other people. So your self-cultivation is someone else's transformation. Your self-cultivation is someone else's transformation. Somebody's needing to hear your story so they can have the courage to step out of fear and do something with their lives. Somebody's vision will start with your sharing of who you are, of your light. You are the light of someone else's darkness. If you step up, if you grow, if you heal, if you reveal yourself, you're going to be able to serve. And now guess what? That light brings you prosperity. You manifest great things. You just attract good things. All good things are available to you. You have to have that faith that's going to happen. You have to build yourself and have enough faith that you can write it down. The pen is greater than the what? Than the sword. Oh, the pen is greater than the sword. Okay. People keep putting swords of negativity in your life, cutting through you, saying you can't do this. Look at you. Look, you're this, you're that. They keep this or thatting all over you. You shoulda, coulda, never, always, sometimes. Why you always make me feel this? I made you feel this. How can I make you feel anything? So if those swords, there's swords that break you down. You have swords that build you up. But when you write those things down, you have a greater force than the sword helping you, guiding you, because you've manifested with writing. Now you just can use your words to slash through people. Nah, not killing people. No. That just means they're limiting beliefs. You got to cut through them. You got to cut through the bullshit. You do. I'm sorry. I had to say it completely. I had to say it. I try not to curse when I mention God in my stuff. It's just, but today I had to say, you got to cut through the BS. You got to cut through the belief systems. Oh, snap. Reason why, okay, too much swords. All right, calm down. Whew. I got too excited there. I can get excited sometimes, but you got to cut through the belief systems. And what I mean by that is, sometimes when people throw their shots at you, you got to be able to be so strong and stern in your vision and your light that you're like, I understand. May the Lord be with you, my brother. Light shine. I'm going to do it anyways. they're like, can you dim that down right quick? You're like, I'm in the dark. I can't see you. You're shining. You're brightening me. I'm like, yo, you gotta wake your ass. You gotta wake up. Like, you gotta wake up today. Like, bro, I'm sorry. I can't dim myself anymore. I know. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna share the room because I gotta share myself now. So sometimes you gotta leave places. Gotta be like, I can't. You can't be real me. Saying, I'm sorry. This is figuratively or in real life. Like, I gotta share myself. I gotta expand. I gotta grow. I gotta become. Like, yo, I know this is kind of like too bright for you all at once. I know this qigong and breathing and all these things is kind of too much for you. But listen, bro, this is cool. This is helpful for me. This works. And I know it's like too much. It's probably woo-woo to you right now. But if you just learn some more of it, you gonna understand how it works and how just hitting your body and massaging yourself releases stagnation. Why it works. You just gotta learn and try it out. And somebody like, okay, but you can't let you can't let anybody dim your light because they're in darkness and they don't want to see it. Sometimes you gotta go to the other room, cultivate your light, keep shining that light, and you share little pieces of it. Like, you just kind of like enlighten them from time to time. You drop the nuggets. Ooh, little light bulb. Light bulb, you start just light bulbing them. You don't just say, let's do all it. Stop doing everything. Stop eating everything. Let's go. Food, no more meat ever. Baby steps. You get what I'm saying? You kind of just share little bits. So sometimes you got to be able to cultivate yourself, then come out and reveal your light. And that's when you just build everything from there and you grow to another level and you can serve the world and you build big things, you create communities, impact. And that's what life is about for me, is impacting people's lives. When I get here, I share all out. I go out because I know what I heard changed my life sometime. And I would listen to these things. I was like, yo, this is amazing. My mind feels good. I'm like, let's go. So I'm like, yo, I'm going to do the same thing for people. So I started to cultivate myself. I started to listen to books, read, listen to a lot of speeches every day. Then I started to do YouTube videos. I started from the mud. I started as I was, and I just kept expressing myself. And then more and more, I was able to be more open, share my story. And now I help people every day because I'm able to be myself. I'm able to be authentic, have fun a little, laugh. It's just, the other day I was like, yo, everybody's not going to accept you. Everybody's not going to accept you for you. You got to accept that. You got to let go of people's acceptance. If I would say, closing this off, I would say this affirmation, breathing in and breathing out. I am letting go of the need from other people to accept me. I will share my light as I am, where I am, with what I have. I am letting go of the need of needing other people to accept me. I will share my light with what I have and where I am. I am letting go of the need of wanting people to accept me. I will share myself as I am, where I am. You say that with power and conviction, y'all, and you believe it because that's the only thing that matters. At the end of the day, I was thinking to myself, like, yo, people not going to accept you as you are, and some people will laugh and judge you. But guess what? It's not about what you think they think of you, but it's about what you think of them. And you know that they're great beings, and you can't hinder your light from great beings, and you got to let them know how great they are. So keep sharing yourself because it's needed. Even like, yo, the people who sometimes need you hear your message, sometimes they're not ready for it yet. And if you wasn't ready at some point in your life, you have to be compassionate. You have to be compassionate as you become passionate. So you have to have compassion as you start to have a lot of passion about whatever you're going for. Like, yo, this is the way. Be passionate about it, but be compassionate that there was a time when you was going that way. And that will help you be more loving, accepting, and you'll be able to impact people. So that's my message, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm the testimony of whatever I talk about, because I'm only teaching from what I experienced, really. Like, this is the stuff that changed my life, bro. And this is going to resonate, like, this is forever. What I just said today, people are going to hear it till till podcasts don't exist. Somebody in India have my stuff and probably selling it, unfortunately. But fortunately, because they're still impacting people. But copyright. But my stuff is reaching people and it's gonna keep going. So if you share yourself, whoever judges you, it doesn't matter, because now we're talking legacy, man. Do you want to leave a legacy, or do you want to just live and just? Do you want to leave a legacy? I want to leave a legacy. See, I want to impact a generation. I want to help people transform their lives. I'm not just here to just like be on my own. My goal is to impact people. I want to be authentic, no matter what people say. Be authentic. I want to be that for the rest of my life, you know? So, y'all, I'm about to tap out. It's been a whole hour, y'all. So, join me on Friday, Rising Prime, link in my bio, and start growing with us, man. Start learning the Qigong. Start having these conversations. Start tapping into the meditations and the books. And I'm about to share some branding. I'm about to show people how to edit videos, how to create flyers. I'm about to show people how to set up mailing systems. I'm about to show people how to organize themselves with Trello and OneNote. I'm about to help the tribe grow to another level. Right? Why? Yo, I'm thinking to myself, like, I have to ensure that everybody who I meet, if I have a skill that can help them grow to another level, I'm going to share that with them so they could be in that level. So we can just be impacting so many people. Guess what? Like, we need to go out and we need to touch people's lives as we cultivate our own peace and release ourselves. Teach what we know. Each one teach one. It's a movement, y'all. Y'all think this is just like, this isn't business, this isn't personal, it's an evolution of our people. We're changing. This is a renaissance. But, you know, who do you want to be in a renaissance? I was saying the other day, like, yo, if you're the last of the 90s babies right now or not, bro, we are like the Diddy's and all these people that we look up to. We are now the 90s. You know, everything that happened in the 90s, we are now these 90s kids, literally. We are now the millennials generation. We are now literally these upcoming people who's going to transform how our culture is, y'all. So we have to really, really grow together. We have to be able to manifest more and heal. So I'm tapping out. Check out the website, edtalksdaily.com. Subscribe to it so you can get the mail updates and links in my bio. I'll see you all on Friday. If you want to, go leave a review, man. That will help. That's going to help so much if you go leave a review on the website. If you have iTunes or Apple, leave a review. And that's pretty much it. There's also a spot where you can even donate to the podcast, right? You could donate to me. I guess I am the podcast, right? So donate on the website, leave a review. There's different ways of gratitude or just sharing the podcast. So 3 ways of showing love is sharing the podcast, sending it to somebody, subscribing to the podcast, or donating to the podcast. So each of them, everybody can do at least one of them. So that's my message. I'm sticking to it. Y'all have a great day. Yeah, text me, y'all. 561-510-9605. 561-510-9605. Text messaging tribe is lit. I drop stuff all there. The more I grow, the more I have to give. And I'm growing more and more every day, so I have more and more to give. And because we're growing together, we have more and more to give. So we're community, we're family. And like, I've never experienced anything like I've experienced with the tribe. But now, this is pretty awesome because I have like a family who are growing. Business partners, family. Like, tribe members. Like, we are legit growing and growing our businesses together. So I'm pretty grateful for that. So holisticlifestyletribe.com if you want to check out the tribe. If you want to join, if you want to try a free trial, DM me, text me, I got you. If you want to come to the Rising Prime, all links are in my bio. That's pretty much it, y'all. So appreciate y'all for watching. Got to do the household at the end. radio announcements. You get what I, you got to do the whole announcements, man. Because